Hey guys, MKS again here. Back at you with part 2 of my list. If anyone, as I say before in some of my previous videos, if anyone's just stumbled across this mad guy here, either myself, and you're wondering what this is all about, please check out my previous video, part 1. Obviously, this is part 2. Sorry about that. Every time I come on do a video, my nose seems to be itchy for some reason. Anywho, damn it, it's so itchy. Sorry about that. Anyhow, try and get to the video. I forgot to say in my first video, like in point 3, I was going to say, free the tea, free the tea, free the tea, and about like how I'd love to have free cup of tea. Probably sound like a scrounge. I think it'd be great if an organisation gave away free tea. But why would they? I don't know. But anyway, I probably should drink less tea because like tomorrow I think I'm going to have orange juice and Vimto instead because I drink so much tea. Anyway, sorry, waffling away. I was trying to make some jokes there, but I don't know if that was humorous or anything. But anyway, I thought get back to the list again. If you don't like this, it's probably not going to be a video like, but I'm going to try and do. I'll try and be as entertaining as I can. And I know 1 or 2 people said they don't like lists in videos, or they find it a bit boring or whatever. So if you do think that, then please let me know in the comments and say something different you liked here. Let's say, as long as it's legal, I'll try and cover it. Especially if 2 or more people ask me or request me to do a certain video, I'll try and do that video. But I'm aware I've just passed the 2-minute mark and I haven't gone on with the list, so I'm going to try and get on with it. Thanks to anyone who supported my channel, or those who have supported my channel, and anyone who supports my channel in the future. I really welcome it and appreciate it, because like more obviously, if I get more supporters, then I can grow my channel. I can earn a living from it, but I can also help more people as well. So that'd be good on 2 fronts. As I said before, I don't want to make a huge amount of money, just enough to live on, but I do want to become independent and also want to help other people. Anyway, enough waffling. I think I'm going to try and get on with it. So number 11 is going to be African inventors. Excuse me, sorry. And I want to try and perhaps in the future do some research about African inventors. I've already watched quite a few videos myself, but I can't remember all the names, or any of the names even, about African YouTubers. I might try and share some of the links below. Maybe not tomorrow, but the day after. I'll probably share some links in the comments below about African YouTubers and some of those channels. YouTubers and also inventors and things like that, and projects by Africans and black and stroke or dyslexic people around the world, especially in Africa. As I say, and I'd love to change the perception of dyslexia. There's another point actually I was going to make across Africa. So apologies for repeating myself. If anyone who's watched my previous videos, try not to be too boring to say, but I normally have these patterns. Like 11 is a number that reminds me of starting anew or making changes or anything like that. So I think symbolically, I'd love it to be I'd love to say that I want to change people's perceptions in Africa, especially in Africa, about dyslexia, about seeing it as a weakness, or like in some African countries, probably dyslexic students are beaten up or at least put down. I know that happens in pretty much every country, really, but I'm sure in Africa and other countries it's even worse. And really, it's very easy to find out about dyslexia today. I mean, a quick Google search or a quick YouTube video will tell you about famous dyslexic, successful dyslexic entrepreneurs, and all sorts of things like that. Successful dyslexic entrepreneurs and all sorts of things like I think there's no, like, academia is supposed to really make you more when people talk about educated people, they normally mean academic, and they normally mean are not closed-minded or ignorant to things. But I think so many academic people probably don't know much about, I'm assuming, don't know much about dyslexia, and very few teachers seem to know about dyslexia even in Western countries, let alone in African countries. So anyway, sorry, that's a little bit of a rant from me, but I didn't mean to rant. But sorry about that. Goodness me. So 11 would be black and stroke or dyslexic inventors, especially across Africa. 12, hope to have a hashtag mentor for Africa and try and encourage people like on Twitter and Facebook and so forth, especially on YouTube, to talk about encouraging mentors to go to parts of Africa and talk about and teach, especially dyslexic kids, about enterprise. And I really hope to encourage that, sort of thing, where people who have done well financially can go to specifically teach dyslexic kids about business, especially dyslexics themselves, like from the Western countries, like Richard Branson, people like that I've talked about before, famous and rich, successful dyslexics, teaching their fellow dyslexics in Africa about business and things like that. 13, I hope to look at like some of the negatives in Africa, like about division, like how they have division with tribal systems and things like that, and possibly listen to different sides of the arguments, like people who say that people who talk about the negatives of Africa as well, like the corruption and crime and poverty and how the government doesn't help, and also about how like people who are pro-colonialist or pro-imperialist, even though I'm an anti-imperialist, I believe in listening to different opinions. So playing devil's advocate, I've listened to the opposing side. Though calling them devils probably doesn't help. Sorry. But yeah, there's a yin and yang, so there's also a lot of negatives, admittedly, about Africa as well, of course. But 14, I hope to talk about dyslexics and how dyslexics can solve a lot of problems in Africa, like how problem solving is a strength in Africa, and things like that. 15, African goals or African dreams, where Africans talk about their goals and dreams for the future, and especially young people talk about their ambitions and what they think is keeping them back, and how we can help them, like with fundraising or things like that, and encouraging them to do better, and that kind of thing. 16, hoping to share different ideas about what are the best ways to help the black and stroke or dyslexic community, as I say, especially in Africa. Like at the moment, I'm trying to support a school in Africa called Rare Gem, which is in Kenya, and they were set up to support dyslexics. Since then, have taken in more people with different disabilities, and also refugees and things and people like that. So, but I hope to find more schools across Africa like that, which I can help, and like how they can collaborate with each other and collaborate with schools from Asia and around the world as well, where they can learn from each other, network together, develop and support each other, which hopefully, I love the irony of dyslexic people doing, like dyslexic people from Africa, really doing well, because obviously both dyslexic people and black people around the world, it's seen as by many as being stupid or lazy or thick or dumb, or all these sorts of stereotypes, which I think would be great if they proved them wrong, and it's a great reason for Africa to unite. 17, skills and talents of people of dyslexics and the black community, dyslexic and black community, especially in Africa. 18, positive traits of dyslexia, positive sides of dyslexia. I know there's lots of videos, and even, funny enough, there's even books and things like Dyslexic Advantage out there already, but I hope to cover them myself as well, because like people who haven't heard of them might miss their videos and watch mine, and then I can always link them back to those videos as well. Hope that makes sense. 19, I might think of other titles as time goes by. And 20, I hope this video wasn't too boring. And again, in November, especially in November or December in the future, like generally, if you want to see me cover certain topics or do certain things in my videos, please just put a request. As I say, as long as they're legal and are family friendly, because I like to keep the channel family friendly, generally speaking, then I'll try to cover them. So anyway, sorry, I hope my voice wasn't too repeat, what do you call it, and I hope someone out there likes this video. Please forgive me if it wasn't that good. I do try and improve each video, but I hope you will support my channel. I love you, friend, and may God bless you. Peace and love. Love you guys.